It was 50 years ago that American armed forces splashed ashore on the beaches of Normandy at the beginning of the end of World War II. Yesterday, the Los Angeles Sentinel honored the African-American men and women who served in that war. Their efforts weren't always appreciated. In fact, they were oftentimes fighting a double war, the one overseas and the one back at home against discrimination and segregation. Earlier this year, our Straight from the Streets team sat down and talked with two vets about their war days.
Whispering while you cuddle near me.
No one thought they could do the job. Everyone denigrated and downgraded them, and in fact thought they were afraid. They were treated consistently as second-class citizens.
While I was learning to fly, I had one of my buddies, a white friend, who learned also, and we soloed about the same time. And along comes the sneak attack on Pearl Harbor. So my white buddy and I decided we would go down and recruit, go down and volunteer for the Air Corps. And the sergeant, I'll never forget, a very southern voice, handed my buddy an application and said, "You can have one. There ain't no sense wasting on that boy. Air Corps ain't taking no niggas."
I was a corpsman, United States Navy. They put us at a place called Mumford Point at Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, which was separated by 12 miles of shrub pine trees on the other side of the New River.
They were in separate places, fighting for the same cause, democracy, but certainly relegated to separate facilities, separate training facilities, separate places to eat, separate places to sleep, the whole thing.
We knew that this was a bad thing, but we overlooked that at the time because here we were fighting men. We were there to do a job, and we felt we'd do the best job we could, and that's exactly what happened.
Straighten up and fly right. Straighten up and fly right.
Initially, we were not accepted by the bomber pilots. They felt that we were incapable of providing the sufficient protection for them. Ultimately, they came to respect us because we never lost one single bomber to enemy aircraft.
Some of the worst things that I experienced is the treatment that we got as servicemen back there. At home, walking down the street with the uniform of the United States Marines and even the soldiers, armed forces, and people look at us and actually spit on us, called us, "Boy, what are you doing in that uniform?" We prove to the world that we can fight, and we will fight, and we will die for our country.
War is not a happy adventure for anyone, but African Americans and Japanese Americans and Native Americans served with valor, with pride, with distinction, and everyone in America should know that.
Bob Williams also wanted everyone to know that the Tuskegee Airmen are in the process of setting up a $1 million perpetual scholarship to help fund education in aviation and related fields.
That's a neat story.